So we got a new firmware from DJI. Let's get it airborne and see if everything is like it's supposed to be. Some of you have been following me here over Christmas would know that I got a firmware from Santa Claus that allowed my drone to play Jingle Bells. And a lot of you were curious about that one. I don't know. It was a pure miracle, or maybe a beta firmware from DJI. So there's strong wind warnings here. You're used to that. It's a little bit windy today. But we also got another firmware that was adding some capabilities of adding prop guards to the drone in case that you want to fly with it indoor and you want to protect it, so you can mount basically prop guards onto the drone, and in this way when it crashes into a wall or into something, you won't damage it, hopefully. And then it of course also added some bug fixes and all the usual stuff, updates. So of course I wanted to go out here, escape a little bit from the Christmas race, just to see if everything is like it's supposed to be. We're back here at this water tower outside the city. It's a nice undisturbed location where I can simply just test out the firmware. To make sure that everything is like it's supposed to be, I'll just lower the altitude here a little bit. You can see the app is 109, and you can see the firmware is 10.00.04.450, which is supposed to be. So we can just fly a little bit around here, check out the neighborhood, kick out some tires here. This is quite a spectacular building, this one. I don't know if it's spectacular, but but it's just a water tower. This water tower is located next to a recycle place where people can recycle their stuff, all the stuff that they have from winter time. And because it's just been Christmas, there's a lot of traffic out here because people are not going to work these days. So I guess they're using the time to clean up for presents and such over the Christmas time. So let's just try out some of the functionality in the drone here, just to make sure that everything works like it's supposed to. We could do the usual suspect. Let's use the tower here. It's a nice object to do that. So let's just stop the video here for a sec. Switch it into vertical mode, yeah. Let's go a little bit further down here. Do a little bit of recording while we do this. So in the past, when we saw problems with new firmware, was when it was starting to put too much work onto the controller. This is typically when we are doing like a point of interest. So now we're getting weak signal, so maybe we should just go a little bit further up here, so we don't run into problemas. So we put the tower in the center here, and we put a square around it, like this. Then we can just do a simple point of interest and let it go anti-clockwise around the tower. See what's going on here. So it still has a little bit of a hard time to getting a decent lock onto bigger objects like this, but it rotates nicely. Stop it here and switch it back into the horizontal mode. Looks better on the video. So mark the tower here, and this time we will choose something else. We will choose spotlight, because that will allow me to fly. So when I fly on the side of the castle, not the castle, it will just center the object in the center of the frame. It's a very, very easy way to capture something that's really cool. You just use spotlight, fix it on the object that you want, and then you just keep flying. See, look at this. How nice is that? You can compensate a little bit here on the yaw stick if needed, but it's fairly easy to capture something that looks really good. Apart from fighting the wind, it behaves pretty much like I would expect it to. Let's do a drone here on the tower. I keep calling it the castle. It's the water castle. Maybe a little bit here on the side. Would be nice. So we have strong wind. Strong wind in my butt. So let's just mark the top here, the cellular part, and then you do a small drone just to see if it can do that. Quick shot complete. Yes, that was possible. Just move it over here. So what we can do now is we can try to do a hyperlapse just for the fun of it. Let's do a circle hyperlapse. Let's use this area as our subject here, and a little bit further down here. And we don't want it in 1080p, we want it in 4K, because that's the good thing. And we can just do it in JPEG, because we are not going to do anything with the pictures other than including them here in the video. We can fly a little bit closer maybe, put it a little bit further down here, put this, and then we can use this pile that's in the center here. So what we're going to do now is we're taking images in 2 seconds intervals. It will give us a 5-second clip that I can include in the end of this video. And hyperlapses are always most fun if there's sort of an interaction into the frame. So a parking lot like this, where there's a lot of cars going back and forward and stuff like that, is is the most fun. And also you can see it will take us around 4 minutes to complete this one, and it needs to take a total of 125 photos. So I think we will be okay in terms of battery, but it's not that common that I test out this kind of functionality when I'm out testing firmware. So I thought it would be a good one to include that one today, at least to make the videos a little bit different than what you're used to. It's always super nice to get a little bit away from the Christmas race. There's been people in the house most of the Christmas, so it's been very limited what chances I had to make videos for you guys. You need to, of course, prioritize your family when it's Christmas. So, yeah. So the videos had to be a little bit on the back burner here. So it's not doing a particularly good job of keeping the sort of the object in the center. No doubt this is a minor update from DJI, so I would not expect to find anything particular in here. But it's just nice to make sure that, yeah, at least you can fly it like you would expect it to, and they haven't broken anything in the process. Is it just me? But flying the Mini 3 is always a race against the sort of the battery, the amount of battery that is on the drone. I'm having a very, very hard time getting the advertised numbers for this drone. I know when it's wintertime, it's a lot more difficult. It will reduce the flight time significantly. But still. Oh, this will be close. Less than 10 images. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Before return to home. Yeah, come on. Yes. It's doing a really poor job keeping the center of the frame. Maybe the object was not the most ideal. So now we will get the return to home prompt very soon. Fly back, there it was. We do the cancel thing here. And we better fly back now. Before I need to go search the drone somewhere in the forest here. I can sense the wind is pretty strong right now. So let's just get it down here. Looking at the screen recorder, we only flew like 16 minutes or so. The battery life is, or the flight time is really poor during winter time. So let's get it down on the roofies. See if we can do that without crashing it. Ooh. So we're back in business. So as far as I can see, the reduced flight time, that's a general problem. I don't think that's related to this firmware, but in general, it seems like it's doing what it's supposed to do. And yeah, I feel comfortable recommending you to install this firmware as it is right now. One thing you should be aware of before you go out is that you need to update your batteries as well. And you have to do that one by one in the drone. So you don't need to mess around with that when you're getting on location. That concluded this short test flight with the DJI Mini 3 Pro and the latest firmware from DJI. Have you found anything else particular with this firmware? Then let me know in the comments below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.